Hello, guys. Sorry for the late evening live stream. I wanted to be on here an hour ago, but we're here. That's what matters at the end of the day. We are here. I will let you guys know some little housekeeping things here. We'll have 2 live streams tomorrow, one morning, one evening stream. We're gonna do that through this week here until we get into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, where we will have live live winter weather coverage on Friday and on Saturday and on Sunday as well for everybody here. As this storm system continues to pull strings, we did have a shift north on both GFS and Euro runs on the 18Z this evening here. We'll get some new model data in the next 3 to 4 hours while y'all are sleeping and are in bed. So I'll be looking at that, analyzing that, giving out information on all of that there. And like I said, we'll kind of talk about that in the morning. And if it is drastic or crazy tonight, I may hop on a little update for you guys. We'll just kind of see what happens. Also, Casey, thank you while we were waiting for a stream to set up for that 199. I do appreciate it very much. That portion north, the push north is big. It is a change adjustment, but I will mention, looking at ensembles, the ensembles did also shift to the north a little bit as well. So maybe onto something. We'll have to see how things play out here. I don't know if it's a fluke or if we're just looking at a new trend. We'll have to see what happens. I will show you guys here. This is our new temperature outlook here from the National Weather Office, and we do have an extremely amount of cold air that's going to be in place across this region here as we go into next week here after all of this precip falls. We're talking 90 to 90% above average or below average here. For everybody in the dark blue here, whatever falls will stick on the ground for a bunch of days afterwards here. So very nice and warm and pleasant in the west, extremely cold and brutal in the east. It's going to be the theme here over the next really 7 to 10 days. So enjoy it, lock in here, we're ready to go. I will mention, if you are making winter storm preparations, make tomorrow your last day, because Thursday and Friday, when these news stations get on and they're flipping their crap because, you know, numbers are uptrending or numbers are moving in different directions and they're trying to get the word out to people. If you're in tonight's discussion and you've been in tonight's discussion, get your preparation plans done by tomorrow. That way Thursday and Friday you can relax and watch this crud show come, I guess is the words I'm going to have. So we're going to walk through some different model runs here, kind of talk about some things. If you have questions in the chat, feel free to put them in there. I'll answer them as we go through time. Good to see everybody in here as well. My weather team, as well as John. We got Kendra in here. Got Casey in here. I do appreciate you guys very, very, very much as always. I do want to start out here. We'll just kind of run through a couple of things. I like to show everything just because it kind of gives you guys the full scope of what we're looking at here. We are expecting a massive winter storm somewhere in the lovely 1,500-mile radius of this area in here, more than likely this area in here. Let me take this part out here. This is not included. I just fucked that up. Anyways, regardless of that, winter's weather somewhere in this vicinity here is going to happen in the next 3 to 5 days. Where is the higher in snow totals? Where is the higher in ice totals? We thought we had it figured out a couple hours ago when we were doing our TikTok live streaming this morning in video format until the 18Z data came out. So everything's been trending with the monster snowstorm for the Ohio Valley, the Tennessee Valley, the lower portions of the Southern Plains, and kind of giving us a significant icing event. Well, we got some new data. Let's talk about it. So UK map model on the 18Z, actually 12Z or 18Z, I have to remember, doesn't show it all the way through. 12Z UK map model. This does show, you know, the same scenario that we've been talking about. Does have more sleet, and I am starting to think now, depending on what midnight guidance does tonight, we may have more sleet in some areas, and that sleet is it's not fun to have sleet. It's better than ice, but I'd rather have snow. So we are watching for sleet, and then snow would be across this region. And here, as your low lifts to the northeast, and that high pressure system gets suppressed, we will see that system move in the northeast. It's just kind of one scenario here. The UK map model even wants severe weather down south. I don't think that's going to happen clearly, but you can see the scope of what we're looking at here. This model, probably less likely of a scenario, but it does give us confidence towards a winter storm. The icon model on its 18Z run earlier this afternoon, same scenario. It does have more freezing rain with what the European shows, and then snow. So how far south? How far south does the ice set up? How far south does the snow line set up? All questions we still got to get figured out. We are less than 72 hours out from this historic winter storm that's going to change people's lives, make some people open their eyes to weather a little bit more. That's kind of the trend here with a lot of people's thought process. But I don't think our ice line will be that far south. I think we're kind of looking more like this, but you never know. A shift south or anything like that can, you know, change here. Like I said, that midnight model guidance that's going to come in here starting in about an hour will really dictate that. But this is where I watched the icon come in. This is the 18Z icon from about, 3 hours ago. One trend before the European came in, it did start to move that freezing rain line more towards central Tennessee. So this pushes that snow line a little bit further to the north in future runs coming up here. But guys, just look at the ice. The amount of ice that's going to fall for this region here is catastrophic. These ice examples are catastrophic, and I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat things anymore. It is gonna be what it is at this point. So Emmanuel, good to see you. Thank you for the $9.99 modding Connor. I was gonna say, I know he's live too. I wanted to do my live stream before he got on, and I was a little bit late tonight. So I appreciate you for hopping in. Good to see you, bud. You'll be here in the future. I know you will be. Go give him some love. Share him some love. We love Connor. He's awesome. I've actually talked to Connor twice today, so me and him are both on the same page with what's going to be playing out here this week, pretty much. So he's doing a great job over there. So tell him I said hi. Tell him I'm live. Make sure you tell him I said hi. So good to see you, Alyssa Bly. So once again, there's your icon run. It actually is pretty decent, holding true to what the Euro is showing. We'll kind of see how, once again, these midnight model runs will start to run here in the next hour. So I'll be looking over that data pretty closely here. Going to be another long night for me. I got 2 hours of sleep last night because I've been stressing over this event for you guys. Taking a look at our Canadian model. What does it show? Canadian model also freezing rain, sleet. You can see where the bulk of our snowfall is going to be at here. I am more confident in snow in this area now with the new model trends than I am with down in Tennessee and North Carolina. This is becoming more of a big question mark across Tennessee and North Carolina on if we're going to get freezing rain or if we're going to get snow. Once again, in about 3 hours, those answers will hopefully be cleared up because we're either going to have a trend back to what it was happening or we're going to have a new trend with ice. And guys, the European 18Z is literally the worst scenario model run that could happen for anybody with freezing rain. We are talking historic and catastrophic implications with ice if the 18Z Euro or the 12Z Euro, or the Euro in general, plays out with any type of high-level confidence or even medium-range confidence. We'll talk about the Euro here in a minute. Interesting to note, the 18Z GFS did trend back with the European model. So kind of like last night where the OZ came in last night and it trended with the Euro, and then we woke up this morning and it was back to its stupid old BS again. Here's the GFS. Are we considering the GFS to be a scenario? Yes, and the reason why the GFS could be a outlier scenario is because it does show that suppressed cold air a little bit further to the north, that I do think this is going to trend north now with the European model and the European ensembles trending north. So still watching the GFS and its ensemble members here. This would be the scenario here, moving through Friday, snowfall on a Friday and a Sunday. And then what's interesting is it actually has two pieces of energy and it doesn't fully connect them, which is why I don't believe this scenario too well. And it keeps it way too far to the south. So something we're watching here, taking a look at the European model as well. I want to show you guys this. The European is what we're going to spend most of our time on. This was the 12Z lunchtime run of the Euro, okay? So I want you guys to look at the differences. We'll look at the trends here in just a second. The 18Z Euro the 12Z Euro from lunchtime had our ice line. I mean, there it is. The European has been showing consistent ice and freezing rain in worst case scenario for these areas in here. This is going to be our freezing rain line, and this is going to be our snow line up in here. So you can kind of see what we're looking at. So the 12Z Euro was showing for the last couple of days. There it is. Major ice, major snow. There it is to the northeast. And then we get to this evening. And this is where things changed. The 18Z European model coming in a little bit further to the north with snow and with our low pressure system. Starts out interesting. You can already start to see the trend north with the ice and the freezing rain, now more into southern Oklahoma, now more into southern Arkansas here with the rain line kind of moving further north. And this is where the change really starts to play a factor. We're starting to see that freeze line shift to the north because our high pressure system is weaker and further to the north. Our low pressure system is stronger, automatically yanks that stuff to the north there. And we see our warm nose lifting to the north here. And that's going to move that freezing rain line further to the north and the snowpack as well. So 18Z Euro, what does it do? It sees that, it notices that, and look at the difference with the 18Z Euro. Instead of our freezing rain line being here, it is now up here. That is a big difference. And what does it do? It pushes all of the heavy snowfall for Kentucky, southern Missouri, southern Illinois, southern Indiana, southern Ohio, and into West Virginia and Virginia. So no longer would North Carolina and South Carolina and Tennessee have the higher snowfall totals. It would shift in my damn backyard and give us a horrific and once-in-a-lifetime catastrophic freezing rain event for pretty much all of the Tennessee Valley, the lower Ohio Valley, and the Carolinas. This is like the worst-case scenario that would play out with this winter storm if the 18Z Euro model does trend into the next run. So I am watching this very, very closely. This is going to be a catastrophic situation for anybody unless this storm shifts south again. We're running out of time, guys. We're really running out of time. So what does it do into Sunday? It pulls that to the north. I mean, we are talking just ridiculous numbers here. Ridiculous numbers. So that would be our system. And then just to make it worse, guys, extremely cold Arctic air behind the system, and whatever precip is on the ground after Sunday night into Monday morning is going to stick on the ground, and it is going to be a hard clump of solid fucking ice by Monday morning. And this will go into Tuesday. This will go into Wednesday. This will go into Thursday. So it's not just what happens this weekend, it's what happens into next week. Travel is going to be impossible. For whatever happens in the worst case scenario areas, travel is going to be almost pretty much theoretically not going to happen. Schools are going to be out next week. I can guarantee it at this point. Somebody's not going to have school next week for a good amount of chunk of time. And you know, about a million other things are going to happen with that. So what does the European ice model show here? What does the snow show? Well, our snow depth has changed. I will go with the Kuchera here because it's a little bit easier. What does the snowfall on the Kuchera show? It shifts everything to the north. We are talking inches to feet of snow now in the Ohio Valley, in the Central Plains, in the Ozarks, and now into the Northeast with that latest European model run. So unlike the 12Z, where it has higher snowfall here and ice down here, it shifts at about 250 miles to the north. So this next model run, this next European model run, this next GFS run, this next all-around model run that we're going to start getting here in about an hour is probably going to be the most important update of this entire winter storm event, because tomorrow is Wednesday. Our winter storm starts on Friday. We have 48 hours to get this shit figured out, or we are looking at just a lot of people not knowing what's going to happen. So we've got to get this figured out. We've got to get this figured out. So that is my job, is to get this figured out for you guys. And we will get it figured out because I'm Mesomat and we can get it figured out. So why the heck not? Yeah, this is a big shift, big time shift here. Look at the differences. I want to show you guys. This is the model trend. You ready for this? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Look, model trend on the Euro. Ready? We've got the OOZ. This is from last night at midnight, the 6 o'clock in the morning. Look, we woke up this morning. We were looking at apocalyptic snowfall for this whole entire area this morning. That was the 6 o'clock run this morning. Ready? Watch the change. Ready? 60. Sorry, there we go. 60. Lunchtime run, 18Z. Look at the shift in 3 hours. I mean, I get a foot of snowfall. I get a foot of snowfall, guys. And North Carolina gets nothing. So this fantasy land, not fantasy land, but this theory that North Carolina was going to get, you know, a foot of snowfall in this scenario and now is getting nothing and nothing but ice, is concerning. So once again, these next 3 hours are going to be the most important information that we can figure out with this winter storm. Oklahoma, good news. You're going to get snow no matter what. You're in winter storm watches. Tulsa, 8 to 12 inches. Possibly on the higher side if you overproduce. Northern Arkansas, pretty locked in. Missouri, get ready for up to a half a foot of snowfall. Kentucky, a foot to a foot and a half potentially if this scenario plays out. The Ohio Valley's gonna get whacked. It is what it is. Here is the ice. This is what everybody does not want to see, and I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Look at the trends. This is the ice trend. Ready? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Boom. Not good. Not good at all. If you are anywhere in this messy BS, I'm praying for you, and I hope you're prepared, because this is going to be a once-in-a-lifetime ice event that most of the population in this lovely shaded color graph is never seen in their lives. And when I tell you guys a 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 inch of ice causes power outages, infrastructural damage, these models are picking up on not a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, 1.25, maybe even higher than 1.5 inches of ice. There is not a single winter storm in the National Weather Service database that has ever seen this type of ice. So, if the European model or the GFS model is anywhere near close to what this storm does, other way around, if this storm is anywhere near close to what the GFS and the European model is putting out, as we go into the weekend, we are looking at power outages for weeks, eventually could be a couple of months. We're talking travel is going to be treacherous, business, everything that you could possibly think of, like daily life kind of shut down for a week or two. Like this daily life, going out to get McDonald's during the daytime, good luck. These are model runs that make me have nightmares in my sleep. And like I said, I'm not trying to scare you guys. I'm not. But the reality of we are 48 hours from a significant and historic winter storm, and we are seeing gargantuan numbers in terms of trends, and they are not our friends. So this is my issue. If you are anywhere in this area, especially the Carolinas, especially down towards Texas, you guys know your infrastructure will not be able to handle this. So, battery packs, generators. I know people are already flooding the grocery stores. I've already seen pictures on social media. Do your final preparation tomorrow. I told my whole weather team this. I want everybody prepared and locked up and ready to go tomorrow, because Thursday, when meteorologist and everybody else says go to the store because this is actually going to happen, like we've been saying for a couple of days now, everybody's not going to get to the grocery store and there's going to be nothing left. So do your stuff either tonight or do it tomorrow, because once we get to tomorrow night, we are locked in. We're ready to go. This is happening. It's going to happen. So it is what it is at this point. So that's my information to you guys. I am begging that you guys prepare tonight and to tomorrow. So, like I said, these numbers are ridiculous. And even if these high-end scenarios don't play out, this model I am trusting with my life, and I absolutely love it, and it is my best friend. Let's talk about the National Weather Service blend of models. So, this is the National Weather Service's model run, their official model run. What this shows is a blend of every single model run, the Euro, the GFS, the Canadian, all of that together, and it gives us a forecast, or at least a run here of what we're potentially going to see going into this weekend here. What does it show for snowfall? If I were to give you guys a forecast for this weekend, my first run forecast, this is it. At least as of now, until we get some new data in from it here. This is the latest run on the NWS blend. I do still think, though, this is going to shift to the north, but this is where my higher corridor of snowfall is more than likely going to be at in terms of now. This could change tonight. This can change tomorrow, but as of right now, this is what we're looking at. That's my area of higher concentration confidence of snowfall. 8 to 12 inches, somewhere in there. Something along the lines of that. Where does the ice set up? Guys, this is a lot of ice, and over an inch of ice is absolutely exceedable for a lot of people. So please, 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 yes, diapers, toilet paper, medicine, get your shit out of the grocery store. Get it tonight, get it tomorrow, get it now. Because if you try to go to the grocery store on Thursday, when this event is about to happen in 24 hours, good luck. Good luck. From a North Carolinian that lives in Asheville 20 years and has been through this, please go grocery shopping from somebody that's worked at a grocery store for 4 years. Please do your shopping tomorrow. Please. I beg of it. Do it. I just, no. I would hate to be working in a grocery store anyways during this time period. I've done it and I've been through it. So it's not fun. It's not fun at all. Trust me. It's crazy. Yeah, place your Walmart deliveries down. Get them sent to your house. Get them sent to your house. That's even better. We like that option. But yeah, here's the blend. There it is. I mean, we're talking widespread glaze to, 0.75, maybe even an inch somewhere in here. So, Amazon does really quick delivery too, so make sure you get your battery packs on there too. That is very true. So this is the full picture, guys. We're getting a winter storm. We're getting a historic winter storm. We're getting all of the above at this point in time. So there's not much inevitable that could or could not happen at this point. So does anybody got questions, comments, concerns? What do we got in the chat for tonight? Let me know what you guys got. No question is dumb, so please feel free to ask a question. I want to get as much information out to you guys as I can here before things, like I said, start to eventually change. Potentially again. We're getting some new NAM runs. I don't think the HUR is clearly all the way out yet. Excuse me. North Carolina Trinity, you guys, I believe, are central or eastern. I'll take a look here. Maybe western. I'll have to take a look here in just a second. Hold on. Let me see if it shows. We're not quite yet at Friday. We're almost there on the HUR. What is the NAM showing? Okay, so the NAM does start to show into Friday. Yes, the live stream will be available to watch after the live. Yes, it will save. Yes. Yep, so there's the NAM already setting up for Friday night. It's interesting to note that the NAM already has sleet going Friday night. The NAM is stupid, though, so I don't like the NAM. Amy, that's changed, girlfriend. Amy. Illinois is expecting a good amount of snow now. Depending on if you're Southern Illinois. If you're Southern Illinois, we could be looking up to a foot in some areas. It is shifted north in the last 3 hours significantly. And if it shifts again north, we could be looking at more than that. So I would be preparing for snow if you're in Illinois now. Significant snow potentially. New we're looking like, yeah, that is true. And the reason why Alabama, Birmingham area is showing rain is because there is a warm nose. It's going to be potentially too warm there. So the latest model guidance before the 18Z stuff came in had you guys in almost an inch of ice. So I want to see, I'm not quite yet for certain on this. I want to see how overnight models trend tonight. So yeah, the NAM is just dumb. The NAM is going to be gone at some point in time, but there it is. So we don't like the NAM. I think the Rufus model did a better job at kind of simulcasting already for this weekend. Kind of shows us already what we're looking at. This is the first glimpse of Friday night. Yeah, no ice for us. Yeah, we're good. We're good, Amy. Here's the first run of Friday night. Look at that, guys. This is just between Friday afternoon and midnight on Friday. Look at that. That's the Rufus model already. Sleet, snow, ice, shit. Crazy. Casey, thank you for the 199. Southern Indiana foot possible. Yes, absolutely on the table. 100%. Lower end possibilities right now, but I think 6 inches is a good number right now to kind of go for you guys. 6, 7. Anyways, Jay Morales, thank you for the 499. I appreciate you. Guys are amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Someone's going to get 6 or 7 inches of snow, but we'll have to figure out where that number is exactly going to be at. But anyways, well, Connecticut see specifically southeastern Connecticut. Northeast is a lot more trickier to figure out. I'm going to wait, but the snow potential is possible. Yes, we'll answer that question tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to get cold behind this. Very, very cold behind this. Extreme cold behind this system coming through. Oklahoma City, I am confident to say, outside of what your meteorologists are saying, I think you guys see up to 10 to 14 inches of snowfall in OKC. That's just my personal opinion. That's just me. The amount of snowfall that's going to fall for you guys over a 72-hour period, you have the chance to exceed a foot of snowfall. I think it's absolutely on the table. I know a lot of you guys as meteorologists are going 4 to 8. I think that number goes 10, 15, 10, 14, around that number. Yeah, Kendra, I would say with the model trends north, unless we get a hike south, I think that's also realistic as well. I say, Brennan, I know you're excited. I know you are, dude. We love that. So, you know, Rufus is doing Rufus stuff, but this kind of gives us an idea of what we are looking at for the first run here. Yeah, that's what I've got somebody, but Steph was telling me on my weather team as well, too, that 4 to 8 is what David Payne was saying. So I agree with that. That's a good first call. I think those numbers will increase. So we do need to talk about this, too, because it is very impactful outside of this. Guys, the wind chills behind this system are going to be insane. Dangerously insane. Guys, you guys know I'm friends with Connor. He's also live doing his weather coverage and talk right now. I talked to Connor on the phone this afternoon. He's in southern Minnesota. He's near, like, clearly near Minneapolis area. His wind chill this morning was negative 35. He went to go put gas in his car and got burned on his hand because of frostbite setting in a matter of seconds because of those wind chills up there. So we are bringing below zero wind chills down into the Ohio Valley, down into the Carolinas, down into the lower Tennessee Valley, behind the system on Sunday, into Monday, into Tuesday, into Wednesday, and into Thursday. And you need to think about frostbite, guys. That's why I think school next week for a lot of people, good luck. Good fucking luck. It's just not going to be in the playing cards for a lot of people. So, yeah, that's another thing. Kendra made a good point as well. Please check in on your family, your friends, and your neighbors, especially if you have elderly people in your area. Make sure they're okay. Make sure they're good to go. Please, please have a caring heart, because like I said, I'm going to tell you guys from a ice storm experience as a kid in North Carolina, where almost an inch of ice fell and I was traumatized by power lines and all that crap happening and blowing and stuff. Please, please, please make sure you are prepared. Make sure you're checking in on those loved ones. Everybody that you know that's in these areas. The Southeast has never seen anything like this, in at least since the 1900s. We are talking Hollywood style numbers. Hollywood style numbers. So I want to go back to the Euro and I'll show the GFS, because the GFS also does some wild stuff. But look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. We are talking 48 to 72 hours of freezing rain, if not mixed in with sleet here. For this area here across Texas, you know, these numbers are absolutely ridiculous. Let me go ahead and pull up some ice total numbers here. God, guys, we need prayers in the chat. If this verifies, Texas is going to be off the grid again. You guys remember that little power grid shutdown you guys had back in 2021 and 2019, or was it 2021 or 2019? I think is what it was. I don't remember what year it was, but anyways, this makes that look like crap on pen and paper. This is not good. This is ice. This is ice accumulation on the euro, and this has been the euro. Every single euro run has gone up in numbers. 2021. Okay, thank you guys. I appreciate that. I thought it was. I don't know why I get those years mixed up significantly. If we get an inch of ice in Dallas, I don't know how to explain what's going to happen. If we get an inch to an inch and a half of ice, central Arkansas, Little Rock down to southern Arkansas, northern Louisiana, western and central Mississippi, I don't know what happens. I really don't, guys. I've never. These numbers are like biblical almost at this point. These are numbers you would see on a GFS or European model run 20 days out. Yes, please thank the linemen. Oh my gosh, guys, the power companies are going to be working their asses off. Beyond proportion. Please, please, please be patient with your power company, with your workers. This is why I told you guys, prepare for long duration power outages. Please, 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 please. That's a good reference, Kendra. I like that reference. It's gonna look gross. It's gonna look gross. And you know, we trend these. I want to show you guys the trends again, because this is really, really important that this is not just one model run. This is what we've been getting for 3 or 4 days now. Watch the ice trends. Watch the ice trends. Ready? Oh, hold on. I got to show the actual markout. Ready? So watch the trends over the last couple days. Ready? So this showed on Monday. This was yesterday afternoon is when this started trending. This was the first run, next run, next run, next run, next run, next run, and now. About 48 hours worth of consistent ice consistency down here with the euro. So, I mean, if the euro does go all in and we get all ice out of this, this is what you're going to get. Pretty slam dunk here. In terms of snowfall, we'll go with the Cachero again, because it does show the, like I said, multi kind of scenario picture here. Euro snowfall trends. So there you go. That's kind of the last run on the euro there. Mostly widespread 10 to 12 inches of snowfall across the state of Oklahoma, northern Texas Panhandle, up towards northern Arkansas, southern Louisiana. So, Connor B with the freaking 1999. I fucking appreciate you, dude. Thank you. As a snow lover, 10 to 14 inches of snow in OKC sounds amazing. Thanks for everything. I appreciate you, dude. Dude, you guys are going to have a hell of a fun time with this snowfall. Enjoy it. You guys have not seen a snowstorm like this since 2009. The last 12-inch snowfall for OKC, the only 12-inch Oklahoma City snowfall on record was 2009, and that was on Christmas Eve. So enjoy this and soak this up, but pray for the people in the South, because they're going to need it. They're going to need it bad. These numbers have been trending. They have been our best friends. I mean, guys, we've had this trending for literally 3 days now. Insane. Literally insane. Love it. Yeah, so let's move the map here. Let's go up here. We're going to keep showing model trends. I will have official forecast tomorrow. We'll start really getting into totals for locations tomorrow, so I'll try and hit as much as I can for regional areas, but in terms of like exact locations, we'll try here. With the 18Z Euro trend, I still want to show the 12Z. So this was a 6 o'clock run this morning of the European model. That's all the snow. Lunchtime run. Just, first off, let's talk. We weren't expecting anything up here 3 days ago. Watch. Ready? 3 days ago, we weren't expecting anything. Now I'm getting a foot of snowfall in my backyard, for crying out loud. Look at these trends. This is the lunchtime run, tonight's run. Guys, I'm about to get a foot of snowfall in my backyard for the first time since I was 5 years old. Crazy. I do think, and I am hoping and praying that this comes back. We need this to shift south to get rid of this ice accumulation. We need a shift south. If we get any more shifts north, we are going to have a catastrophic situation on our hands for millions and millions of people. We need a trend south. We need to go back the way it was doing before the 18Z came out. So, lunchtime run, and this is now the updated model. This puts Pittsburgh at over a foot of snowfall, Cincinnati at close to a foot, western and central Kentucky 14 to 18 inches. We now are looking at Kentucky and the Appalachian Mountains seeing the worst if the European model is right. That is the European. If the GFS magically handles the situation, look how much we were trending. This is the latest GFS model, which I think is bullshit, The reason I think it's bullshit, this is not going to happen. Absolutely not. I'm sorry, you're not getting 20 inches of snow in Asheville. It's just not. 30 inches in Knoxville, it's not happening. The reason why this is wrong, the GFS is mixing sleet with snowfall totals, which is inaccurate and not more than likely going to happen. But what I do like is this. I do like this. This is a nice run. This is apocalyptic and not going to happen. So there's that.
New information. This special event has been updated.
We have a winter storm warning. That's up north. But anyways, South Mississippi, Kelly, I love it. I wish that it was going to happen. You guys are mostly going to be rain. Sadly, guys, a drastic shift south with snowfall is not on the cards for this event. If you are in the deep south, snowfall is not more than likely going to happen. If you are not in northern Mississippi, far northern Alabama, far northern Georgia, or in Tennessee or in Arkansas or along Oklahoma and up north, you are not going to get snow for this event. It is just we're running out of time for that to happen. I wish I could give you that, Kelly, but it's just not in the cards this go around. Any snow for Charlotte? Well, the European did say yes, and now it says no. So, like I said, when we start getting new model runs here in about 45 minutes, I will be watching closely. You guys may get a second live stream tonight. If we get a drastic uptrend with something or some BS again in the next 2 hours, I'll get on another live stream around 11 o'clock tonight or midnight and walk you guys through things. But if not, it'll be super early tomorrow morning. So, I love you guys. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are awesome. We almost got 100 concurrent viewers in here. Thank you all for joining in. If you're joining in from TikTok, if you're joining in from elsewhere, welcome, welcome, welcome in. We cover weather with no BS, no hype, but we do get excited for it. So that is what is cool about here. We love it. Like I said, GFS model, probably not going to happen. This is BS. I would be flipping out right now if they were going to get 30 inches down there. We'll go back to the European model. Like I said, European did have a good amount of snow for you guys, and then this is where we're at now. So, we'll see. In terms of ice with the European model for this region, this is what's trended up, all right? Originally, all day long yesterday and all day long today, all the way up to tonight, we were seeing our ice line right here with apocalyptic ice totals, biblical almost ice totals for down in the deep south. We'll cover that again here in just a second. And then the 18Z Euro came out and shifts it to the north. So instead of getting snowfall in Tennessee, North Carolina, and South Carolina, you're now getting a full-on catastrophic ice storm according to the 18Z Euro. Like I mentioned a minute ago, this is not set in stone. We are waiting on midnight data, late night data to come in. Once the OOZ models start running, like I said, we will be hoping and praying to Daddy God that this scenario does not unfold. I mean, an inch of ice in Asheville, North Carolina would destroy everything that they recovered with Helene. 2 inches of ice in Greenville, South Carolina would destroy everything. I mean, you are talking biblical numbers when you see ice potential like this. So we're going to hope for a downtrend, and we're going to hope for a shift, because this is a problem. This is a big time trouble. And most of the time too, like I said, these numbers are probably not going to happen to exact proportion. Some of these numbers are well overdone, but I want you guys to understand the messages. This is going to be a very horrific ice storm or winter storm for whoever gets it. And it's a lot of people that are going to get it. So, why does this not winter outlooks? They do based off of 1 to 4 scale, but it's not like a risk zone or anything. It's just like a thing that they put. I'll have to show it to you guys later. Hold on a second. But that's kind of what we're looking at. So those are those trends. These are very important when we're forecasting these events. Like I said, we'll see what happens here when the new models come in. We are getting the new icon model, which we'll see if we get a trend up or a trend down with this. But this will start to run here with some new data. So icon is important. It does matter. Is Charlotte going to have impacts? Yes. You're either going to get a buttload of snow or you're going to get a buttload of ice. So it's 50-50 shot right now between both model runs. I want to give answers, guys, and I just do not have answers. I promise tomorrow when we have our live stream tomorrow evening, we will have answers, because we're 24 hours out tomorrow night from this event getting going. We got to have some fucking answers. We have to. There is no way we got to have answers. So, do you think any further north shifting can happen? Yes, that is also a scenario. If the high is weaker to the north, this could shift north again. Yes. Drastically, probably not. More ice and snow now for north. Yes, technically, yeah, technically right now, yes. I want you guys in Asheville prepared for all hazards. I want you prepared for, power outages for a week or two, if not a little bit longer than that. That's what my message is for you guys in North Carolina are, and South Carolina. Really, in reality, it should be for the whole southeast corridor, but it just depends on where you're at. What's your thoughts on PA part of the storm? The models keeping showing. Yeah, it's just that shift north, Pennsylvania. The European does it. The GFS does not. Some of the other models do show lower totals. The European is the only model that's showing those crazy numbers up there. So we'll see what transpires this evening. What do I predict just for fun? The European. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, this system would be a lot of fun if there wasn't ice. But because so many people are going to potentially be miserable and, could lose their lives in this type of a situation, I don't see this as fun. I'm not trying to, like, bang anybody or anything like that, but this is a sad situation that's going to unfold. This is not, I hate forecasting these events. I would rather this just be all snow, but, yeah. Personally right now, off of guidance, heavy snowfall, clearly for this area, with just, like I said, a catastrophic ice event. This is, what it is at this point, so... Yes, we will be live all day Friday, all day Saturday, and probably all day Sunday. We'll have live cams up. We'll be watching, how this stuff is going. We'll be giving reports. I'll hopefully have you guys reporting in, but I've got this whole weekend to decide for live stream coverage. So we will be here talking and hanging out and just chilling together, guys. That's what we're going to do this weekend. So, we'll see how it goes. That's, like I said, kind of where we're at with it at this point. It's all eyes for Middle Tennessee on the latest Euro run, not set in stone for everything else. So that's kind of why we're, like, in crunch mode right now, trying to figure out what's going to happen. Yeah, this is not going to be a fun winter storm, guys. It's not. People lose their lives in this stuff because they either go out in it or they try to travel or they do crazy stuff. So what are my concerns for DFW? So DFW is trending mostly all snow right now. Nope, just kidding. DFW is not all snow. I'm an idiot. Don't listen to that. DFW, you've got a 50-50 shot at either snow or ice. And I know that sounds crazy. If the European model is right, you get an inch of ice. If the GFS is right, you are looking at a little bit lesser than that, but a good amount of ice as well, and then potentially some snow mixed in. So, yeah. The icon model is rendering now. The GFS starts to update in 30 minutes. The European updates after 11:30. So, I will be up until 2 o'clock in the morning again, trying to figure stuff out. I've got to get some calculus homework done. I am not done any schoolwork this week because this has been all over the place. But yeah, also I meant to show you guys temperatures. Let's talk temperatures. That's what we were going to talk about a few minutes ago. You want to see some brutal temperatures coming in this weekend. Behind the system. Take a look at this. These are air temperatures. These are air temperatures on Sunday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. 32-degree temperature line right in here. And this is where the European model is seeing that warm nose where we see it freezing rain. That's why. I don't think that scenario is going to happen. I just don't see it. I think we go back to the 12Z trends tonight, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what plays out. And then this is going to be your single-digit temperature line. And on top of the air temperatures, when this brutal cold comes in on Monday, we will also have wind chill values in ridiculous proportions here. These are the wind chills. -50, -60 for the plains. And then we get into the weekend here. These are wind chills, guys. Sunday evening. Minus, 10, -15, -20, all through up in here. All below 0 wind chills. It's single digits in here. Florida, you're doing great. Screw Florida. But anyways, and then the worst of it, guys, look at this. You're waking up on Sunday morning, -13 for wind chill Oklahoma City, 20s and 30s up here. I mean, we are all below 0 for wind chills on Sunday morning. So, your meteorologists on TV are going to kind of sugarcoat it a little bit. May not sugarcoat it. They'll show this stuff. They'll talk briefly on it, but you got to get into it. You got to get passionate about it, and you got to have emotions into it. I'm a big believer in, like, when I talk about my weather forecast or when we go over runs and talk about severe weather and stuff, I always have emotion into it, because if you can't relate to your viewers or you can't be emotional with your viewers, you can't, it doesn't mean anything. So this shit matters. It matters. It all matters. I'm gonna crash out, guys. I've had like 2 hours of sleep in the last, like, 2 days almost. 2 hours of sleep almost. I'm gonna crash out before this week's over, before the event even gets here. It's just been, I've done nothing but look at these model runs from wake up to go to bed, wake up to go to bed, wake up to go to bed. It's just, I've sat in this chair for like 3 days now just trying to figure out what the hell's gonna happen. It's driving me crazy. Absolutely driving me crazy. So, but we love it. We love weather. This is just a sign when severe weather gets here in March that we will be cranking, rocking, and rolling. So lots of fun times coming. Also, guys, I do want to give y'all appreciation. We hit 4,000 subscribers today on the YouTube channel. Blessed beyond words. If you were watching my 25-minute TikTok stream earlier this afternoon, I did a little update. We had 600 concurrent viewers in that live stream. And boy, am I beyond blessed that we moved our live streams here, because I can talk to you guys, I can engage with you guys, I can actually look and read the Dad Gym comments without them not going a million miles per hour. And about 100 people came over from TikTok. So we are seeing this channel grow. That is the point of 2026. I don't care if it's a high risk or it's something like this. We are going live on YouTube. We are staying live on YouTube. TikTok's algorithm literally just changed with their Oracle and their new company being bought over there. So it's a whole shit show in terms of income over there. So I appreciate the love. I appreciate the donations, the memberships, all the love you guys give on here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. So it is not hard, or it is very hard trying to adjust platforms and, you know, move from having, you know, ridiculous viewer counts to this. So Kindle, other than I talked to you earlier, I'll show you here exactly what we're looking at. Here's your latest European model run. You're all ice. All ice for Asheville, North Carolina. All ice for Western and North Carolina. No snow for you guys on the latest Euro run. Just straight up freezing rain. This would be a catastrophic proportional situation if this ice, over an inch of ice in these areas would be catastrophic. This would blow the 09 and 05 ice storm through the roof. It would mean nothing. So if the European does not trend down with the newest update tonight through tomorrow morning, we are looking at a catastrophic situation in North Carolina, even down into South Carolina, down into Georgia. The GFS model, on the other hand, the 18Z GFS update says, no ice. But what it does say is 25 inches of snowfall. That's what the GFS did. The GFS 18Z says we're going to go 2 feet to 3 feet of snowfall through here, but the Euro goes 1 inch of ice. So we've got some shit to figure out in the next couple day or here too. We've got to get this crap figured out. So 2K Carver, welcome in. I appreciate that. Tell your dad I said hi. I appreciate him as well. Tell him that thank you for his support. It means a lot. Seriously, I appreciate you guys. So you're either going to get 2 or 3 feet of snowfall, or you're going to get 1 inch of ice. We got to figure this out. We got to figure the answers out. So like I said, models, adjustments, ensembles. I will mention, this is actually very important, and I meant to mention this a minute ago to you guys. We don't just look at dermatistic model runs. We have to look at the ensembles. And I did note, and this is not a good trend in favor of North Carolina at all, or South Carolina, but the European ensembles did shift north with the European run. So it was not just the European model dermatistic run. It also was the European ensembles. All 25 members themselves did it as well. This is the trend. Ready for this? Let me pull it back up here. Hold on. So this is what it was showing last night. This is what it was showing today. And then ready for this afternoon? Big shift north. Big shift north there. Basically eliminating snowfall chances for these areas here, which is not good. Not good at all. So it gives me more snow than you guys now. It shifts it to the north. So we got an hour, guys, until we'll get some more answers. Last minute questions before I wrap this live stream up. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to twiddle my thumbs, get some homework done, potentially. Pumpkin is screaming at the door. I may have another live stream late tonight if I feel up to it. I may just get sleep and then talk to you guys tomorrow. But also, yeah, that was just mentioned in the comments, guys. For the first time ever, this tells you how important this storm is. The hurricane hunters are flying out of Miami, Florida tomorrow to go into this storm and get data. Like, they are going into the low pressure system in Baja, California to get samples to plug into these models so we can get this shit figured out. That never happens. Hurricane hunter planes are flying into a winter storm in January to get us data because this is how crazy this storm could be. Like, we got to get answers. We got to let people know. So that adds to it just a little bit, which is kind of exciting because Who doesn't want to see that happen? That's kind of low key, kind of crazy. So it really just honestly at the end of the day on the serious side of things, it just makes the importance of this event. So, I don't sleep during half of these events, Kendra. It just doesn't never works out that way sometimes. I get lucky if I get 3 hours of sleep during a week of activity. Come on, pumpkin. So before we wrap stream up, our orange little baby here wants to say hi. But here she is. There's Pumpkin. Doing pumpkin things. There she goes. Being Pumpkin. Ow! So, I gave you guys the information. There it is. Take as you do with it. I hope you guys listen. Go away. Go to bed. I'll come over there in a minute with you. Anyway. Take this information. The totals will change probably tonight into tomorrow. So we'll have some final estimations tomorrow. But after tomorrow, guys, it's go time. We just got to preach that people are going to prepare and listen. So, that is, like I said, my spiel for you guys tonight. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. If anybody ever needs anything, you guys can reach out to me on my socials. I get messages. I'm always on my phone outside of stream, so please message me if you need anything. We'll have another update early tomorrow morning. I'll have some videos out tomorrow as well. Hope to God I can get some sleep tonight. And we will crank out some more data tomorrow. I enjoy tracking winter storms, but when we get something like this, that's like apocalyptic, that's something you'd see out of a LA Hollywood movie, it's just like it kicks me into overdrive and I just like lose my freaking marbles. So there's that for you. Love that. So literally. Met as a truck driver from Charlotte, North Carolina. Should he call out? Let me answer that tomorrow. I don't ever like to tell people that they can call out, though, because I feel bad if something doesn't happen, then it does. Just know Charlotte's going to have either ice or snow. That data will hopefully get more known tomorrow. So let me see if the euro with the icon is trending differently. Let's see if we've got any new data here. I want to stay here for just a minute and see what the icon does, because it's loading in. The icon's almost loaded in. Let's see the icon if it changes. Are you guys excited for snow, though, at least, if you're getting snow? That's one good thing that comes out of it is the snow, I guess. A positive thing. See if this maybe loads in here in a second. Be great if we could get some new information in with this. Yeah, like I said, guys, we will have live coverage on Friday, all day on Saturday as well. Like I said, I'll just be sitting here, we'll be chatting, we'll be watching models, we'll be, watching real-time data come in. We'll have cameras up, all that stuff. I'll have all that stuff set up. We can look at live cams and kind of see what's going on in different areas, and then we'll kind of go from there. So, going to be a very, very interesting little bit of time coming up here.
Attention,
What?
A new flash flood warning has been issued.
Is that in Guam? Bruh. Not the Guam warning. That's over here. What in the world? That's literally crazy. It's just floating. That's hilarious. We do have those winter storm watches out again. I'll show this so you guys can see as well. These are the winter storm watches, Oklahoma City, down to Conway, Little Rock, northern Louisiana there, and into Texas. We have Dallas in those watches. So, they don't even have snowfall totals mentioned in here. They're going to have to update that. Raleigh's either going to see over an inch of ice or a foot of snowfall, is what both models are split on right now. Oh, they extended the winter weather advisory, too, down here for tonight. Hold on, I need to look at something here. Oh, no. No bueno. Why the fuck am I getting ice tonight? I thought it was supposed to be rain. What is this?
Emotional damage.
What? Y'all up in Cincinnati, Ohio may get some snow accumulation tonight. What in the absolute hell is this? That's at like 7 o'clock in the morning, too. Damn, I can't go to 7 brew in the morning. Holy crap. Screw. That's concerning. More. Oh my god, Pittsburgh. Dude, you guys are gonna get slammed tomorrow morning. Oh, Ashley and Sarah, if you're in there you go. Oh, that's hilarious. Pittsburgh. Oh, Pittsburgh. You guys can never escape anything. That's honestly quite hilarious. I'll have to see if you guys get warnings on that. Snowfall's what that is. Hold on, let's go look at something. Hold on one second, guys. I'll be right back. All right, I am back, friends and family. All right. Let's take a look here at this mess. I'm really confused now at what we're looking at here in this area. Oh, there's going to be a shallow warm layer tomorrow for freezing rain. That's concerning. So like Western Kentucky, Evansville, Owensboro, Henderson area here, you guys are going to want to watch out for some freezing rain tomorrow morning. I think they should be shifting these winter advisories over. I may get one at midnight tonight. We'll see. I'd be in this crazy crap. Oh, no. Oh, our weather team people are going to get snow. Why am I getting ice? And then look at this. Hold on a second, Sarah. I can't tell y'all where I live. I'm in northwestern Kentucky, so I can't tell y'all. Bruh. That's literally a glaze of ice. Paducah, I need you to do your job.
Bruh.
The Weather Channel app is not accurate. I hate the Weather Channel app. It just drives me crazy. All right, let's look at this freezing rain stuff for you guys, or snow for you guys over here in PA. There you go, Pittsburgh. There you guys go. A little burst of snow tomorrow afternoon. Let's see how this plays out. Yikes, about an inch of snowfall for Pittsburgh tomorrow. Right around there. So, fun stuff ahead, y'all. Fun stuff ahead. Let's see this icon run a little bit longer. By the way, guys, as always, we are sponsored. Our stream is sponsored. Our videos are sponsored. On the bottom of your screen, we are sponsored by Roll and Go Painting, guys. They are a painting company that is based out of Wisconsin. They cover pretty much all of Wisconsin, as well as 100 miles outside of Austin, Texas, and Fort Myers, Florida. They do exterior and interior painting, so if you need painting job anytime during the year, give them a shout. They have a website, rollandgopainting.com. If you end up needing or getting an appointment or talking to somebody, if you mention Mesomat, you get $150 off your project there. So make sure you do that. They are a great company. I've seen some of their work. I've seen some of their pictures and stuff. They do an amazing job. Very, very real people that actually do it the right way. They show up on time. They do it the right way. So give them a shout if you need a painting job in 2026. We will be sponsored all year long by them. I appreciate what they do, and super excited to partner with them this year. So keep that in mind if you are needing a painting job for 2026. Definitely worth it. So, like I said, you want $150 off your painting job, so definitely mention Mesomat. But anyways, I'll sit on here for just another minute here and see what this icon run does. Looks like the icon is trending in as well to the south, just slightly. Let me look at something here. Okay. We had a blizzard all morning, afternoon yesterday. Surprise! Literally. If you're up north, you guys definitely had those conditions for sure. This is gonna be an interesting next 2 hours of model runs. Hold on one second, I'm reading a couple things here. If you guys have any more questions last minute before we wrap stream up, feel free to do that. I just want to see. There we go. All right, icon. Okay, icon. Texas just declared a state of emergency 22 minutes ago for extreme ice. The whole state of Texas. I just saw that was posted. Pumpkin. Pumpkin and Autumn. I need you two to go away. These usually take a little bit of time to come in, so. The GFS is gonna, you know what, guys? I guess we're just gonna stay on here a little bit longer because the GFS is gonna start to render in about 10 minutes. So grab some popcorn, sit down for a minute. We're gonna watch this come in for a minute. I need something to drink. I have tea. Let's drink tea together. We're gonna see if this OOZ GFS changes. Yeah, I'm more concerned about Texas and South Carolina than anybody, and North Carolina than anybody else right now. I'm not too familiar with Mississippi and Northern Alabama's power grids, but Texas is a concern. Wow. So the Icon model is in love with the European model. Denny, you're on my TV. I love it. I love it. You guys can't throw me up on your TV, so that is pretty freaking cool. That is freaking awesome. I'm also hungry, so we're gonna eat something. Also, guys, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I do appreciate all my new people hopping in, and my members and lovely subscribers. I love y'all. What we do on this channel is unique. I eat on live streams. I do everything that a normal human being is supposed to do. Is my live account professional? I try to make it professional. Do I like to have fun? Absolutely, 100%. So this is what we do. I'm up on your TV too. I love it. I love it. Not the inch of snowfall for Louisville. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow morning and slip on ice outside. Wow. Dude, the Icon model is like identical to the Euro. Like straight identical. Hold on a minute. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Hold on. What is this at? 84 hours? Look at that. Ah. No. Look at the differences. Damn. They're going with me to make coffee. Let's go. Yeah, GFS is going to come in about 8 minutes. I want to watch it come in real quick. Why is the Icon shifting the ice south? That's something I think it's been doing, though. Hold on. It's so weird that it does that. I don't know why it's... Yeah, Icon has ice and then snow for DFW. Kind of weird. It also has the low less amplified and kind of keeps it muted to the south because the high pressure system is so much stronger. You're looking at a 1044 on your high pressure there. Tomorrow we get into the nitty-gritty short-range models. That's where fun time comes in. Jenny, Purr, and Anita. Or Pumpkin, whatever your name is. Oh. Guys, we have 6-7 concurrent viewers right now in stream. Let's go. Appreciate y'all. Oh. There it is. So, the Icon and the Euro are showing it. It's not good. As the new Icon run has that freeze line shifting north again. I don't bank my money on the icon though. It's just a model we're looking at here to kind of get some comparison. Excuse me. Six, seven, seven, seven. Oh my Lanta. Yeah, this is the icon meg though. I haven't really showed it to you guys on the team too much other than tonight. Oh my god. Dude, I don't like this. It's literally doing exactly what the 18Z Euro did. It's going to be your freeze line almost right there. The amount of ice that's going to fall in Georgia and in South Carolina is just so, it's apocalyptic. You can't even like, it's normal now. We've been talking about this for all. Autumn, I'm going to need you to pick off 2 away from Sunday. That photograph is wild. Let's see here what it did with trends. There it is. It's shifting it north. The icon is moving north just slightly. Pumpkin. Oof. It's not a drastic change, but it's there. All right, GFS model's coming in here super soon. Do you think Northern Nashville, Tennessee will see a big snowfall? I hope so, Donkey, because if it doesn't, you guys are going to get destroyed with ice. All right, Pumpkin. You're going away. Come on. Let's go, cats. Come on. Pumpkin, go. Go. I'm going to eat this cat, I swear. Yes, I'm on the floor, guys. Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's keeping it consistent for DFW. The good news is the icon doesn't show a lot. Well, it doesn't show most of the moisture south of where the low is at. So I have an issue with this model. I really do. I don't like it. Let me check a couple things here. You look like me with my cats. I love it. All right, let's go look at the NAM real quick because the NAM has officially loaded in. Oh my goodness. Yep, so the NAM sees all sleet. I just don't see. There's your snow though. That's why Saturday at 6 o'clock in the morning. There it is. Keeping that snow further to the north with that shift. with the Euro and the Canadian model, and it keeps that snow or that freezing rain and sleet down south. North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, your snow chances are evaporating, guys. And then it's crazy that we're saying that because we literally were just looking at crazy trends for the last 2 days. Ice mix. We're going to do ice mix in here and then heavy snow. So, Trinity, North Carolina looks like ice right now. Culinary with a 4.99, completely off topic. What's your early thoughts on tornado season for Oklahoma? Do you want my wish casting answer, or do you want my actual thoughts? You probably want my actual thoughts. Thank you for the 4.99. I appreciate it. So here's the deal. La Nina pattern is going to transition to eventually an El Nino by late summer. Neutral season in between. We're looking at pretty much a repeat of last year with the way that the jet stream will be potentially set up. I favor the Ohio Valley and the Midwest for big time tornado seasons this year. Dixie Alley will have its phases as we go into March and April, but you guys are kind of a question mark, honestly. I was trending more towards a little bit longer of a La Nina favoring you guys, but I don't know. I think you'll have your chances. I think Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas will have their chances. Above average. I would say above average again for you guys. Kind of what you had last year. Yeah, the icon is really concerning. So I'm going to tell you guys this. Okay, this is just my thoughts, okay? The 18Z Euro, the model that everybody's talking about all over social media right now, the one that just did the apocalyptic ice scenario, worst case scenario, the odds of that model trending are probably very, very low. I really think once the OOZ model comes out tonight, it's going to go right back down south where we were seeing the trends with the Euro all day, giving snow to the Carolinas, giving snow to South Carolina slightly. That's my thoughts, but we just have to wait and see. So that Euro model won't update till midnight. So we're going to watch a little bit of the new GFS run come in here in the next few minutes, and then we'll get off after it runs. And then I'll watch European tonight behind the scenes and, give you guys an update if anything changes. But right now, I'm not holding a lot of faith in that 18Z Euro. A lot of times the 18Z model runs, the GFS also as well, can do outlandish scenarios because there's not new data implemented into it. So something I'm watching closely, but it's not a knockoff, so. Would the temps change with the models? That may be a dumb question. No, the temps are locked in. All right. We should be getting this in here in just a minute. Oh, come on, GFS. Come on. About 2 minutes and this should start to update. Murfreesboro, Tennessee, either ice or snow right now. We're trying to figure that answer out. I'm hoping this OOZ guidance is going to be decent. I really, really do. Snow for KC. Looks like it. Okay. Yeah, so we're now past the icons run. All right, GFS. There we go. Here we go, guys. Can we all have a pray to God moment that this model run does something good? That's what we're waiting for. Fun times here. Fun times. Manifesting it. It's gonna take a few minutes to load in, so we can sit here and sing Kumbaya. Kumbaya. I know you guys have been. I know you have been, Shay. All right, come on. Everyone get your fans out. I know, right? All right, here we go. We got a couple minutes here. At least it starts at Tuesday or Wednesday morning, which is good. It literally takes like 5 minutes for every 3-hour update or 3-hour frame update. There we go. All right, here we go. We're in motion. It's gonna take some time, but we're in motion. So this is up to Wednesday morning. I don't like that I'm gonna get freezing rain tonight. That's not fun. Oh, my Lanta. What's everybody up to tonight? Everybody having a wonderful, what is it, Tuesday night? The fact that it's almost Wednesday is crazy already. Fun times. Yeah, faucets dripping, that's a big thing too. We're going to make sure we have to do that here as well. What do you think in Southern Illinois? Mostly snowfall. Totals are kind of a little bit fluctuative right now. All right, we're up tomorrow afternoon. We're getting there. We're getting closer and closer. Where am I broadcasting from? Western Kentucky. Sweet old Western Kentucky. Yeah, I was gonna say that the hopefully shelters and stuff will open up for people that are homeless because that is a big concern. So South Mississippi, mostly cold rain for you guys. We're almost there, guys. Almost there. Yeah, Charlotte again is either ice or snow. We're kind of, like I said, waiting to figure that out. Yep, not a problem. Not a problem. All right, we're now at Thursday. Almost there. It's crazy that we're going to be 48 hours from this event starting tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, I think most places do that too, Meg. I'm hoping so. All right, we're almost there. I was gonna say I know, right? Actually, I was so confused. Yeah, if you guys are watching the stream, sometimes if you leave it open for a while, it'll do a playback on YouTube. So you make sure you like refresh the YouTube live stream every single time, or it'll replay it back from like the beginning or halfway through the stream. It'll make it look like the live stream's ended, but it's not. It does that sometimes. I was like, what the heck? Yeah, we're gonna get off here soon. We're almost done. We're just watching this come in real quick. We can talk about some updates here with this. I just want to see if this is gonna change. It's almost there. Hold on a second. Okay. I've never had anything test my patience like the way. Literally, though. Literally. Like, watching winter storms to this capacity is... It messes with your mind. It messes with your mind. It does. All right, we're almost at Friday. We got 4 more runs here, and we'll be at Friday. And this is where the good stuff comes in. We are almost there. I do want to look at our tidal anomalies. So there's our high pressure, and there's our ball hollow. So this low will be ejecting across, emerging with that trough coming down. And then we get our 32-degree temperature baroclinic zone, and then that sets up, and then you get your mess of stuff. Yeah, test my patience too. All right, we're at Thursday morning. 12 more frames. Guys, we're literally less than 60 hours out from this winter storm officially starting, and we have no fucking idea what's gonna fucking happen. It's crazy. It's insane. It blows my mind. Let me see if there's anybody mentioning anything so far. Okay, sorry, I was just checking on an update there. A lot of data to download, literally. All right, 2 more frames. 2 more frames, and we will be here. You can already see this is Thursday afternoon. There's the low. There's the high. If we get this thing to wiggle down here, we can get this system to go to the north. There's your 32-degree temperature line in there. Heck yeah, Claire, do it. I appreciate all y'all still hanging out in here. I know this ain't the most exciting live stream, but we got to talk. All right, officially 2 more runs. It'll hit 57 hours when it starts to show it. It's a crazy Arctic high. All right, we're now at midnight on Thursday going into Friday. I really wonder if we get super, super windy conditions up here. These ISO bars are so tight across this pressure gradient. Yeah, the Hurricane Hunter data is going to be really, really cool. I'm so stoked that they're doing that. I love it. Pretty cool stuff when we know you're going to have a major storm on your hands when the Hurricane Hunter planes have to go in. All right, let's talk. So moisture is here. This is Friday morning at 3 a.m. New run. Already seeing snow up north. That's a trend to note. 32-degree temperature line is right here. So that's important. Moisture is moving up. We'll see how this transpires here. All right, GFS. Oh boy, it is doing it. Okay, so I want to make something note. I was going to see if a global model was going to show this or not. So there is a front that's going to be coming through tonight. You guys can see it kind of sweeping in here. There's a little clipper system with a boundary in place. The NAM model showed this on the OOZ run a little bit of time ago, and I was waiting to see if the global models were going to pick up on it or not. There is a little piece of energy with a little bit of moisture that could bring some early snowfall, light accumulation to the mountains of North Carolina and eastern Tennessee if that piece of energy resolves. The Euro doesn't show it yet, so we'll have to see what it does tonight. But that is something I'm noting here and kind of picking up on Friday morning. Yeah, it does show it on Friday morning. And it already shows the GFS now popping up snow showers Friday morning for Oklahoma and Arkansas. When did the 18Z initiate? Okay, so the 18Z initiated in the morning as well. Interesting. Okay, we'll see what 12Z or OZ does. All right, it's still got it.
Attention, a new special event has been issued.
Not a winter storm watch for Amarillo. Okay, sorry, I was texting Rochelle real quick. Oh, temperature inversion along the Gulf. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Is the temperature of the warm nose coming in? So there it is, showing the sleet again by Friday afternoon. My question, excuse me, do we get any of this to change over to freezing rain on the latest GFS? Oh. Hold on a second. 18Z. Yeah, the 18Z went all freezing rain. I'm just trying to like do some comparison here. We might slightly be starting the trend to freezing rain. Kind of watching in that area there. All right, nope, it's sleet. They're showing it as sleet still. I don't know why the GFS is doing that. It's like it's showing that it's going to be too cold down there for it to be freezing rain, which I'm just not buying that scenario. I think it's a stupid scenario still. I thought the GFS would have corrected itself by now on that. Sleet's still sleet, though. It's not great. This is Friday evening on the new GFS run. It's okay. You got it. It's EURUO. Claire, but you're all good. I'm not really seeing like a big trend in a different direction with it. Mm. Sorry, let's get that. Okay. A little bit of freezing rain mixing in there. Less sleet on that run here. We could be seeing a transition a little bit. Jonesboro, Arkansas is hard to call right now just due to the changeover potentially. GFS is going north with it though, with that high. OKC probably will be over 8 to 12 inches. 8 to 14 inches maybe, potentially. To be consistent snow for them. So this is a good trend. The GFS does still have snowfall for Tennessee in this area here with that sleet and freezing rain mix down here. So the GFS is still holding to its solution. Has the snow starting Friday night now instead of Saturday morning for the Carolinas. Yeah, I'm really interested on this Euro model tonight. A Euro model will be huge. Oh boy, lots of tracking to do tomorrow. What a day we're gonna have tomorrow, y'all. I don't like how it gets broken up either. It's weird. I don't think we're going to get this far south either. That's where I'm also thinking it's a little bit wrong. It's so complicated, guys. It's really complicated on this one. Yeah, this is just weird. I don't like this solution. I still think the GFS is wrong. I do. This is just a dumb solution to me. Hmm. Interesting stuff, guys. Interesting stuff. We gotta have to wait till tomorrow to figure this one out, too. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Tim. Whether it's sleet or freezing rain, these power structures cannot hold it down here. This is gonna be a mess and a half. The snow's gonna be nice up here. This is gonna be a mess and a half. Well, Houston, see, guys, it's possible. Well, he's yeah, far southern Indiana, Louisville line area. It's still really hard, guys. I'll hopefully we'll know those answers tomorrow. I just can't answer them right now. Just be ready for be ready for snow if you're in those areas. Murfreesboro, snow in the GFS, but we're gonna have to wait tonight for the Euro to come in. The Euro will tell the story. So I'm gonna let this finish running, and then we're gonna hop off live stream for the night. There's that snowfall. There it is. So, I mean, this has got it all the way through Saturday into Sunday. Look at this. There's your snow. There's your sleet and freezing rain. Just takes time for it to get going. What time does the new run come out? The Euro doesn't come out for another 2 hours. Hour and a half to 2 hours. The Euro model that came out a couple hours ago is pretty much wrong. So I don't want to show it. I mean, it's bad. Probably not going to happen. But there it is. There's the GFS correcting itself. And interestingly enough, this is important. It does shift the snow line, the snow freeze line with the Euro. That is actually really, really important. So it does look like the GFS is trying to trend with the Euro with a northern shift again. Bringing most of the heavier snowfall totals across this region here instead of down here. That would be all ice and freezing rain. Yeah, that I think North Carolina and South Carolina are pretty much out of snow conversation at this point almost. No, it won't go that far north. No, it won't be allowed to due to the snow. The cold air loft is too cold. This is just a mess for everybody in here. This is a disgusting mess. So there it is. Ohio Valley lovers, get ready. It's coming. It is favoring a major snow event for the Ohio Valley. Who would have figured? Purple is sleet. Lots of sleet, yeah. Yep, the GFS just did exactly what the Euro is showing. So the GFS is officially folded to the Euro, and now we need to wait for the Euro tonight to see if it changes over to sleet or keeps freezing rain. Dallas, either ice or freezing rain for you guys. Maybe some snow. It's a mixture. There's a chance it could still trend south. It could always trend south tomorrow. Poor North Carolina, South Carolina. They are going to get battered. Oh, by the way, guys, want to see something really cool? Never thought I'd ever do this in January. There's the recon. Hurricane hunters are inside our Baja Low off the coast of California right now from Miami. Isn't that something? Never thought I'd say that in January. Let me pull it up on... Dude, Pennsylvania and Ohio are going to get blasted with snow. You guys are... This is trending into a Northeast event, almost. Ohio Valley Northeast event. This is a mess down here. An absolute fucking mess. We'll look at totals here in a minute when this finishes running. I don't even want to look at totals, but... Jeez Louise. Oh, they extended the watch now into Amarillo. Where's my recon at? Oh, no, this one flew out of Hawaii. The Miami one is tomorrow. Look at this. They flew out of Hawaii. Hold on, let me pull up. Wow, look at that low. This is the low they're looking at right here. That's what they're flying into. So this is your upper level low that's going to be pumping in all this moisture. That's not something you see every day. Pretty cool shit, guys. You gotta love weather. You just gotta love it. They got 71 knots. It's a Cat 1 hurricane. Low level strength there. Really cool stuff right there. Love it. Absolutely love it. Alrighty, y'all. Well, we are shaking and baking here. Shift north. There it is. This puts a significant snow event for these areas right in here, as expected, and a horrific sleet and ice event for all of these areas. Snow, sleet, and ice. The GFS was the only model left holding on to snowfall for the Carolinas, and it's now pretty much gone. So... interesting. It needs to finish updating. Then I want to look at totals here. I need like 2 more runs. It's like frozen. Look at that photograph freeze. Crazy. Come on, load. What are socials looking like for good 3? Yeah, I'm going to get to that here in just a minute. Adam, last time I checked, that was up to a foot almost. It may be 2 inches. I don't say 2 inches of freezing rain for eastern North Carolina. You could get a sleet, freezing rain mix in. We're going to just kind of have to watch tonight again and through tomorrow. These totals are still really, really hard to quite figure out, but we're getting better knowledge on it. I don't know why it's like stuck. All right, I guess the GFS is stuck. All right, let's look at Kachera snowfall totals here. No, the storm's not going to be a bust, guys. Wow. The event's not finished yet either on this run, but there's our first glance. It does still have the sleet transitioning to snowfall, which is kind of a little bit weird. But there you go. I don't know why it's like I said, it's really hard to get these snowfall totals when it's doing the mixed-in process here. It's got Oklahoma City now getting up to 20 inches of snowfall. All of Oklahoma is looking at 20 inches on the latest GFS run. That's a Hall of Fame GFS run for you guys. There we go. I still don't like... And then here comes that extreme cold air behind it. Jeez. Excuse me? Oh, man. God, the ice is awful. I need the freaking year edit update. Oh my goodness. Alabama, holy shit, dude. Why are you... I'm not using the GFS over the Euro. I'm looking at the new run that's coming in. I'm for the Euro. I'm favoring the Euro. I have to look at all model runs when you're forecasting. It's not just biased to one. Oh, 2 inches of ice would be crazy. Hello, Justin. It shifted northward just slightly. It's trending with the euro. So, like I said, it's just because we have to look at everything. You have to look at everything in these type of situations. Okay. So I saw what I wanted to see. We'll see what the Euro does tonight. We'll have calls tomorrow on, potential actual snow estimates. That's what I'm going to look at. I'm going to look over some more data, some on-summer runs coming in. I appreciate y'all for hanging out tonight. Thank you for all the love, all the support, all the super chats, all the memberships, everything. Weather team, thank y'all for hanging out tonight. We will do this again tomorrow morning with a fresh live update for y'all. Going to shoot for 10 a.m. Update tomorrow. That'll be right around that time frame there. So, yeah, Ronnie, it's not that the GFS is wrong. It's trying to correct itself. And because the model is, still an outlier, you still have to consider it into a forecast because it's not a 0% chance of it happening. So unless the model is completely, 0% chance, you still have to consider it. It doesn't mean it's necessarily, if it's wrong, it can correct itself. And that's what it's doing. It's correcting itself to compare to the other runs that are coming in from the Euro and everything else. So I still have to look at that data coming in and go, hey, this is a possible scenario. Because the European could trend to the GFS overnight and flip-flop. So that's where the unknown for winter weather is at right now. So, but guys, I got to run to the bathroom. I got to get off here. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. See y'all back in here tomorrow morning. Be safe. Get prepared for winter weather. And we'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out, y'all.